So I just wanted to do a setup real quick. And you know me, I love using NDI, I love using the network, but then I noticed there's a problem if you try to use NDI. And most people might think it's a lag problem because some people, for some reason, not me, not me, um, experience a lot of lag when they're using NDI. It's like right now, this is capture card. So the camera is on a capture card. That's the Elgato 4K or whatever it's called. And I'm using a generic capture card to bring in my screen. So if I open anything, if I do anything, I'm also running OBS for other reasons. But if you notice, I could open and close. You see it. Now, off the corner of my eye, this is my gaming laptop. Off the corner of my eye, I could see that it opens in the laptop like a second, if even that, before I see it in Ecamm. But that's with a capture card. And obviously, probably with a better capture card or whatever, that you could deal with the delay better. But then here's NDI. So I'm using NDI to bring in my webcam from my laptop, plus the screen is NDI. So you don't need any cables for this. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to open up, and it's still about the exact same delay. So to do a better comparison, I brought them all up. So let's say I was to open a program. I mean, it's almost exactly. I mean, for me, looking at it, it's even hard for me to judge which one's going down first. It looks like the NDI is actually faster than the capture card. And that's on the network. That's no cables. But here's where I found it interesting. I want to stay on the topic of gaming. So I'm going to double click and try to open this game. Let's see how it works as far as the delay and all that stuff. So they seem to be loading pretty much as quick as each other. I mean, I don't really see a huge difference between using a capture card and using NDI. And this is kind of like what I wanted to bring up. I know a lot of people don't game. I know a lot of people are not interested in, NDI and network stuff or something like that. But I'm going to throw it out there anyways, because I am. So if you notice, the capture card and the NDI one, I mean, as far as I could tell, the quality is great on both. The delay is minimum on both. And I'm trying to look at my screen. Screen changes. It looks like everything's in sync. Here's where you run into a problem. And this is why testing. Test. Always test. Don't wait until you go live to do something. Always test. I'm actually going to start the gameplay and watch what happens. I just launched the game and watch what happens. You notice the capture card is now completely different than NDI. I think the way this game is and the way it's set up and the way it takes like your entire screen, it takes over your hard drive and all that stuff or whatever, it doesn't work on NDI. Now, I'm assuming you could hear the game. If you can hear that audio. But I can't. And this is another problem people run into. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Make sure I do this correctly. And go ahead and go into demo mode. And if you notice here, the USB digital audio is playing. So anyone in the stream, I'm assuming you could hear the video game. And you could hear me. The problem is I can't hear the video game. And since I got my laptop here next to me, if I'm going to play the video game, I want to be able to hear the video game. So when I came over here into output audio, I noticed it's on black hole. And black hole is what I use for like Zoom and everything. So I have to put it to the shore, which is my headphones. And now I could hear the audio for the video game. And yeah, there's like a reverb sound or echoing sound. But I wanted to, one, stream this, and two, hear the recording back. Because if I hear this and you don't, I just have to deal with it. That's my logic. Because I need to be able to hear it. Now, I'm pretty sure if I mute my microphone, it might change. So yeah, so muting my microphone prevents it from going into my ears. So I don't know if it's something where if I want it to be better audio, I have to use a different source other than the Shure. But that means I would have to plug my headphones probably straight into the computer or something. But the little reverb, little audio issue, as long as you guys don't hear it, it shouldn't bother. That's just nitpicking at this point. So it looks like the NDI changed. So I guess the NDI could do it, but it's like a super lag. And if you notice on the capture card, the character's moving, but not in NDI. So NDI is having a big issue, it looks like to me. So let's see if I actually try to start something. So I'm not seeing it update on the NDI. And I'm not seeing like a delay or much of a delay at all with the capture card. But NDI seems to be having a huge problem trying to deal with this. I'm just gonna play a short video from one of the gameplays already. Let's go with, let's try this one. And I'm gonna,
damn, Jimmy, you've been holding out on me.
Cutting it pretty close there, Matt.
Never left you hanging before, sir.
Fair enough. Just get us the hell out of here.
All batteries, concentrate forward firepower. Spin up drives 2 and 6. All hands brace for warp jump on my mark.
I stopped.
Mark.
I'm gonna see. Yeah, there we go. So I just wanted to test it and actually stream it this time. I did a local recording last time. But NDI is not handling this at all. So now I know NDI is not even an option. And the capture card, depending on what's going on, barely has any delay. Might have like a second. I'll try to exit the game. So right now the capture card is actually a little bit behind because I already exited the game. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead. As soon as it looks like NDI is starting to catch up. I mean, NDI is really struggling. And I think we're both caught up. Now I'm just going to go ahead and close the game and let's see if it closes together. 1, 2, 3. I already closed it. So it seems like after a while, it might delay a bit more. And then let me just make sure I'm looking at the right thing because I'm looking at the feed and that's probably what's throwing me off. So I'm going to open a program and close it. Yeah, it's instant. I was looking at the feed. Yeah, so just a quick test. So again, NDI, as far as playing the game, it's not going to work. Capture card, it's a like $20 capture card. Seemed to do the job. I want to see how the audio and all that stuff was during the replay. But it, even if I didn't do the test and even if I didn't see it, when you're going to do something like this, where you want to make sure it's spot on, minimum delay, everything, you're going to probably want to be wired if you can. So HDMI cable with the capture card for something like this, where you're going to bring in another computer and you need stuff to work like on, like spot on, minimum delay, if anything, you want it directly wired. And that's it for playing today.